Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Play Slay the Spire. We're going to start doing some Ascension runs. I'm at level 9, level 10, level 9. We're going to start with the Ironclad. And I gotta let you know, if you haven't been watching Slay the Spire episodes, but you saw the title of this one was Ascension, you're gonna, you missed out on me talking about Ascension for a long time. I've been playing it. I got a little idea of how to proceed. I have an okay success rate, but I could definitely use some advice. So here at Ascension level 9, elite spawn more often, normal enemy, all enemies are worse. You only heal to 90% after boss fights, I think. Normal enemies are also tougher, so they attack more and they have more HP. Everybody's tougher and everybody's more powerful as well. We get to choose. Now, I don't like to lose the starting relic as the Ironclad, but that might be wrong. We could transform a card that kind of leaves us at the whim of the game. Transforming 2 cards, I mean, I'd rather just transform 1. So I'm going to go Common Relic, and honestly, I feel like 2 upgraded defense is kind of okay. It's not like there's other skills for it to target early here anyway. So let's think about this. What do we want? We want campfires and elites so we can upgrade as much as possible. I kind of like this path, actually. So the good thing, and dude, I didn't realize this, but, whoops, I clicked off the screen. Apparently, like, internally, the Ironclad, or not internally, but, like, with respect to the stats that Mega Crit collects, the Ironclad has a slightly lower win rate than both of the other characters. It's a little bit surprising, because I always assumed that he was, well, the most straightforward character in the game. I love that we heal after combat. It's like having a built-in self-repair. And let's think about this. So card evaluation is so important. On a daily, you just add whatever fits. For this, we got a constructed deck. Wild Strike is great damage, makes Perfected Strike better, but is terrible early and terrible in long fights because of the wound until you get a card like Evolve that allows you to draw more. Sword Boomerang is great if you get Strength. Full stop. Cleave, good crowd control, but I think I might just skip all of these for now. Remove Transformer Upgrade. I tend to be an upgrade boy for the most part. And the earliest card that I think you upgrade is Bash, just because 1 extra turn of vulnerability is really good, but you may disagree with me. We have a shop coming up real soon. So I'm very tempted. 175 gold for Doubt. Basically, we're paying 175, or we're getting 175 gold for dealing with a curse for 1 fight. As long as we remember to remove it. So far, this deck has nothing going for it. I'm just being honest with you. You know, I would love to say that this deck is crushing it, but it has an upgraded Bash, and that's about it. But we're at full HP. Dropkick is fine if you make the enemy vulnerable, which we will do a lot of the time. But I think Armaments is much more useful in Ascension than it is in Dailies, and we'll probably make that our first upgrade target. So, card removal service, get rid of Doubt. All right, the shops are so important. 1 Dex, Ancient Tea Set I think is pretty good. Seeing Red I think is very good as well. We can't, we can just barely get Seeing Red and Ancient Tea Set, which I think is probably the way I'm going to approach it. Now we have 6 gold. Ghostly Armor I think is okay as well, but... So we're going to start Armaments. Again, our deck is very, very simple right now. Bash is not great against these guys, unfortunately. 5 energy turn 1. Play this, and then just 3 attacks. Relics, also important. I mean, I'm talking, probably most of the people watching these are better than me at Slay the Spire at this point. I think it's clear, and I'm not, that might have been a terrible decision. I'm not trying to, like, fish for compliments, but it's clear, I'm not the strongest Slay the Spire player on planet Earth. And that's okay. I accept my mediocrity is part of what's the fun for a lot of people. We can make Seeing Red free, but we don't need to play it on this turn. We are starting to take more damage than I'd like, but anyway, I'm just, keep in mind, I'm not saying this is how you should play Slay the Spire. All I'm saying is, in my experience, this has been what's led to success, and this has been what hasn't been as important. So relics, I think, are like B tier importance, and cards are A tier. That's the way I look at it. And in dailies, I think it usually tends to be the opposite, honestly. I think it tends to be that, your relics are what really makes the world go around, and the cards are just sort of like, there. You know, if you have a 300 card deck, it's hard for you to get excited about any card in particular, I guess. So this is fine. It's taken a long time, and we're taking a little bit of damage, but you know, we haven't really had too many opportunities to really like shape the deck in our own image so far. We'll probably want to rest, but you know, I love upgrading instead of resting whenever possible. We'll see what relic we get, because we heal for 6. We don't need to play everything, but I'm kind of like, I haven't played Seeing Red yet, and I feel embarrassed about it, so I think, you know, everything's going just fine for now. This is, for me, you know, I have Ascension victories. Roughly, I mean, I have an Ascension 8 level victory. This is pretty much how most of these runs start for me, I think. You know, you end up in a lot of these early fights, it's kind of a slog sometimes. Sometimes you end up with good, oh, Lantern is fine too. Sometimes you end up in a good spot, sometimes you don't. So, I think Perfected Strike is absolutely what we want. It allows us to start building an archetype around it. Iron Wave can be really good as well. I love Iron Wave and like double tap, but we'll try Perfected Strike, and then I gotta look. We have another rest before our next elite anyway, so I am going to upgrade Perfected Strike. And now we want to add strikes to our deck. Maybe not all of them, but we want to add at least a few strikes to the deck. Can we even buy... We can buy Cleave. Dude, the game is like obsessed with us getting Cleave. It's like, hey, remember when you thought this was the best card in the game? Well, yeah, but I'd prefer not... Yeah, well, here it is forever. Maybe didn't need to rest there. So the downside of an upgraded Bash is, we can't bash this guy and he'll still be asleep. So we really should strike on turn 1. Because we had that Perfected Strike and a bunch of energy. We definitely want to bash, and I actually think that this is a great turn to use your energy potion. This guy's going to be bashed for several turns, so if we get Perfected Strike, which we didn't, we'd feel good, but instead we're going to block almost all the damage, and then next turn we'll draw Perfected Strike. Let's go, and doesn't quite kill him. Takes him pretty close, though. All we got to do is 15 damage. It shouldn't be too tough. Yeah. 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 That was fine. Ornamental Fan. Ornamental Fan is okay. I tend to like Infernal Blade. I'm going to take it. We get another shop. We've wasted a lot of time going to shops here. But Shrug It Off. A lot of opportunity going to shops. Shrug It Off is really good. Bash is... Okay, let's do this, and I think just we'll smack you. I think the relics so far, I mean on turn 1, we love them, right? Apart from that, maybe we like it, maybe we don't. Is this gonna... Yeah, it'll hurt you a little bit. Ornamental Fane isn't really built to work with this deck as well as it might work with some others, but that's okay. We will absolutely take a Pommel Strike. Pommel Strike is good to upgrade, but I think we want to upgrade Infernal Blade first. To make it 0, usually it's going to give you something that's worth your time. I think, at least. So we'll start probably with a Bash, and then whatever this gives us. So we'll Bash, Headbutt, which brings back Bash. He's not quite going to roll over, but that's okay, because Bash... Oh, it'll screw you here. Is this a... I think this is a turn where we're fine playing Seeing Red, even though it hasn't been upgraded. And then we Bash, Perfected Strike. Now, we don't care about perfecting this guy. It's a hard thing to remember. We wouldn't mind perfecting the boss, but we heal to 90% regardless. So even if we go down to 1 HP, it doesn't matter that much. So as far as I'm concerned, like, if you take a little damage to keep vulnerability on him for the entire course of the fight, that's a good investment. In my opinion, at least. So, I don't know. You have 5 until you go, so that's fine. We will continue to hit you. And you see, we've constructed, like, it's a thin deck, and it's working. Like, for the most part, it's getting the job done right now. He's still got 4 turns of vulnerability. I think anytime he's vulnerable and you draw a Perfected Strike, you have to play it. That's my 2 cents. He's still got 2 turns of vulnerability, so I assume we'll have a chance to play a Bash momentarily. Yep. And we'll Headbutt, and with Headbutt, I think we'll just bring back a strike, because we know we're basically destined to draw Perfected Strike and kill him next turn. Works for me. So far, so good. Now, okay, this is tough. Let me think. I am one of the people out there that probably underrates Demon Form. I've started using Bludgeon more, but without Necronomicon, I don't know if anything beats Offering here. The only thing is, if you ever play Offering, you're basically neutralizing Burning Blood. But I still think it's like, it's so good. I think we can go Calling Bell. So we got Clumsy. We also got Anchor, Mercury Hourglass, and Champion Belt. So I think that Champion Belt is pretty useful for us here. We are applying Vulnerability. We start with 10 block, which means our first turn can be pretty solid. And let's think about this. So again, we want to upgrade often. That's like our motto right now. We're going to have to fight some elites if we go this path. Like, there's some awkward points. We fight this elite, we rest. We fight this elite. We have to fight one more elite. But I think the question marks are the way you want to go. I'm fairly happy with this deck right now. That could change. I've totally forgot, by the way, that we had Anchor. Oh, dude, Uppercut is so good. So first off, I don't want to be hit by your nonsense, so we'll take care of that. You're going to have 10 life. Probably we could have done without using the Artifact Potion, but no problems. Crushed. I really do think another Infernal Blade is just fine. It's also a good upgrade target. Even Twin Strike is okay. Dropkick is not going to do anything for us, but, you know, we got 2 attacks for free. That's relatively okay, but now we got to handle our own block, you know? I would prefer to not have to play Offering. And we can get away with it. That's good. So Offering is there for longer fights, I think. Shrug It Off pre-upgraded is so good, but this applies 1 vulnerable and 1 weakness to all enemies. So I am going to go Thunderclap. Scares me a little bit. I will definitely take Ritual Dagger. I think getting it early enough is just fine. I will give you 85 gold for a random relic. Or, I don't know if it's random, but 85 gold for a relic, most of the time I think is going to be acceptable. So this guy's toast if we want him to be. I think you Armaments, and then Weaken. He's only doing 10 damage. You could hit him for 40. But I think you just kill this guy. He does give us 2 turns of vulnerability, which is going to be a pain in the butt. Immolate is pretty good. Wild Strike, I don't know if I'd describe that as good, so to speak. I am going to try Snecko Oil, which is... Okay, it's actually something that worked out for us, thankfully, but, like, Bash will weaken you, at least. So we're only going to take 4 damage. But we have Snecko Eye now, so it's a little, you know, dicey as well. It's a little dangerous. You're doing 21 damage. I will try this, and I don't regret it yet. Gotta think, can I kill you? No. So let's shrug. And then, well, it is what it is. Getting a little touchy. This is going to be a lot of HP down. But Immolate, I was going to say, it just kills you. Not that much HP down. We'll take another Perfected Strike. It buffs the other Perfected Strike, so this is all positive. And let's see if we can get a good attack right off the bat. Like anything, particularly if it gave vulnerability, I would love it. But I guess we'll Armaments... Headbutt, bring back Armaments. We're taking no damage, so we'll just smack you. This is really good. Okay, so Thunderclap is necessary to weaken Infernal Blade. We don't have to play Hemokinesis, but it is good damage. I don't know if I want to lose the HP, though. We are also taking a hit this turn, which... I maybe should have thought about at any point. Okay, so Seeing Red. Infernal Blade. I was hoping for something that gave vulnerability. Okay. This is a little... It's spooky. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't say yet that it's all falling apart, but we're clearly struggling a little bit on this floor. I should be able to... Oh, maybe I can't kill you now that I think about it. So you're doing 20 damage. Now, I can't kill you, so we'll have to do it like that. We're going to take another 12. Well, we'll have to rest after this. It's basically non-negotiable. At least Ritual Dagger gets buffed, but that didn't go so hot. Rupture now makes Offering easier to play, so we'll rest. Hopefully, a little bit of an easier fight. Because keep in mind, you got 2 elite fights before your next rest. So, I mean, Perfected Strike is you gotta hit him with this. And then this guy, you know, usually you try to get the work on him pretty quickly. I think that was absolutely the right use of Perfected Strike. Please don't attack turn 1. He's going to attack turn 1, but we got Thunderclap, which is pretty lucky. So he's going to be weakened, but still annoying. $12 damage. So we're going to take 9. It's alright. We're just getting closer and closer to Pen Nib. Uppercut. 13 damage, 1 weak, 1 vulnerable. I really, while we have the energy, I'm kind of like, does Armaments make this do 2? This is how you know Ascension is a challenge. Oh, we can't even see because it's not in our deck. I'm assuming it raises it to 2. If it raises it to 2, I would rather play Armaments than another strike. Yeah. Then we'll hit you with that. The idea being, of course, killing the shield gremlin is smart, but if we could just ice this fool, we'd rather do that, probably. Now, I don't know if we can. See, it's like 9 damage, 10 damage, that's 19. So 10, 29, and then Ritual Daggers, so like, boom, boom. Ah, even better. So that's, we lost HP, but it was an elite fight, so no complaints. We don't want any of these, I think. Please. Okay, blue candle, not bad. How would we like to handle this? Well, let's see if we heal. I will get Jaxed because it fits with Rupture. And look at that, we already get 1 strength out of it to begin with. You son of a gun. I'm going to do it anyway. You know, Ritual Dagger is still just an exhaustible attack for 1 if you want to be... If you want to be, like, coy about it. Fiendfire. 8 damage for each exhausted card. Well, I wouldn't mind playing Thunderclap, but I think I'm going to play this and then hit you with 3 exhausted cards, and we'll take a little damage in the process. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure if we're going to make it through this floor. The free Perfected Strike helps out. I mean, even apparently we didn't need the free Perfected Strike, but... so be it. I don't think we need Barricade. Thunderclap is really good, but... you gotta think. You gotta think. We will draw... I mean, on average, with 5 Apparition right now, we should draw 1 Apparition almost every turn, but... I don't think I can justify it. Is scary for me. By the way, I'm doing this because we gotta make this first fight go okay for us, or things are gonna be a nightmare. I think we're okay popping Offering, and I think we're okay popping Jax as well, even though we'd rather wait for Rupture. And then we just gotta hit you hard, and I'm okay with not getting anything out of our Ritual Dagger except for a lot of damage. I think that's fine. Uppercut is probably our best option here. Taking 6. It's not that bad. To be honest with you, I think we're fine right now. I'm more worried about what happens when we go up against the boss on this floor. Bag of Prep is insanely good in my opinion. So, I mean, Combust and Rupture work really, really well together. I think we can afford it, even though I also think Flex is very good. Alright, just crush these guys quick. And if you could do it losing as little HP as possible, that would be nice. I will play Combust, though. Which might not seem like as little HP as possible, of course. Do we want to play Jax? It's just, it hurts us to play Jax. And if we don't play it now, I don't know, maybe we could play it on the next fight. Because we're not going to heal to full, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so this turn, I'm not worried about our HP. Much, at least. We obviously want to kill this guy. So I really think it comes down to armaments, strike, defend. I want to take 0 damage. Well, I want to take 1 damage. Let's put it that way. To combust. Now, these guys, again, kind of a pain in the butt. I think we'll Thunderclap to weaken. And we could have Perfected Strike first, but it doesn't really matter. And we're going to take 7. That's not good. We got Ritual Dagger to work, though. Okay. We have to rest. Let's take a Twin Strike. Wild Strike is also... I really think Wild Strike is fine. But I would prefer to have an ability to play statuses out of my hand. This might be where the run falls apart, but we'll see. So Infernal Blade, Uppercut. This is a great card. Knock it out there. I think we definitely want Thunderclap. I kind of want to draw. We will play Jax. We'll draw again. Okay, Perfected Strike has to be played. It's a pretty good first turn, 110 damage. And he's weak for 2 more turns, so he's doing 10 here. Big whoop. We are going to take a hit, but we'll mitigate it to 2 damage. We got Pen Nib ready for next turn. He's doing nothing. Okay, this is good for us. We are going to Offering. Combust is a little too delicate. I think you have to Perfected Strike while you have this. And pretty much... Oh, we could have played Clumsy for extra strength as well. He's going to take a turn to remove his buffs, basically. Or his debuffs, I should say. Which is pretty good for us. And then he's going to hit us really hard next turn. That's where things are dangerous. 19 times 2. Not really that hard at all, actually, now that I think about it. Uppercut will apply 2 weakness, which I think is pretty great. I know we had a Perfected Strike we didn't get to play. Please take a turn off. We're not dead. Yet. We're kind of starting to get there. We have Pen Nib for next turn. Please take a turn off. Oh, I love it. Okay. You have to hit him with the Perfected. I think we might still die. This is not helping. I mean, you got to pommel into something that can kill him. Ascension claims another victim. I really thought we were doing okay, but you know, I welcome the constructive criticism that I'm sure will pop up as a result of this. Sorry, it's a little bit of a shorter episode, but it's kind of a Ascension in general. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know. If you did, please let me know as well. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. I look forward to your feedback. Tweet me, leave comments. Trying to get better. I want to be one of the top 3,000 Slay the Spire players on planet Earth. I think it's doable. Click the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more every single day. And of course, thanks for watching. See you next time. See you!